Hello and welcome to a special episode of Jo-ttack on Titan. I'm Jim,
I'm Sam.
and you might be surprised. This is not season 2 of Attack on Titan yet.
Yes, we're talking about Venom 2. Let there be carnage.
No, we are not.
Aw.
We are talking about Attack on Titan OVAs. So basically, I had to look this up because I was very confused. I've never seen the OVAs before, which I have seen the show, but I've not seen the OVAs. So I had to look it up, and they're random and weird, and like some of them are like, so right now we're between season 1 and 2, so these fall between then.
Two of them felt like filler. One felt like spoilers.
It's actually hilarious how insanely weirdly plot heavy the first one is,
Yes.
compared to the other two, which are like the ultimate filler. Like specifically episode 2 that we talk about here.
It felt like
filler.
so much. There's like the shit that came out of the first episode. It felt like it's something that should have been big reveals from like for its actual season episode.
It is interesting for
It's
sure.
probably the most to talk about out of all the OVAs anyway.
Yeah. I guess we should just start with it.
Yeah, we go in order.
We'll go in order. Okay, so the first one we watched today. So we watched the first 3 released OVAs, which, according to this watch order that I found, squeeze neatly between season 1 and 2. All of these take place either during training or before. Like, actually, the first one does take place after the training arc, but it has none of our like squad characters. Like,
Yes.
it only has like
It's
the
literally
Levi squad characters.
It's literally the expedition that they went on before before they came back, essentially.
Literally, yeah, like right before they got back to what's it called? The Trost district.
Yeah.
So, this is called Ilsa's Notebook.
Yes.
Ilsa, who'd have thunk a character so important would never be mentioned before or since.
Notebook, I guess, will never maybe be mentioned. Who knows now? I don't know. It's weird. It feels so important. This thing should be brought back, but I'm gonna guess it's not, and gonna be reintroduced in a different way than.
So it's just funny to me that, like, remember Hanji stayed up all night with Eren, telling
Yes.
Eren all about
Yes, this would have been very important.
telling Eren all about her Titan studies.
So we found this notebook, and apparently a Titan talked, and it mentioned his name Ymir. We don't know who that is, and like, wait, Ymir joined.
Yeah, like, we literally know of a scout named Ymir.
I'm not sure at this point when she explained that they officially joined them yet, the scouts yet, but I don't think they did.
They would not have, because
But
this
still,
is before.
If she mentioned the name, Aaron would have been like, "Oh shit, I know Ymir."
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. The answer is don't think about it. That's the...
But it makes me think about it because it seems very important.
Okay, so I think let's just briefly recap in case people out there are listening and
It's a
haven't seen
Hanji
the
episode,
OVAs.
essentially.
It really is just a Hanji episode.
You get to see all the characters from Levi's squad, but alive this time.
So what I want to say one thing about this. So yeah, this takes place right before, I guess, what, episode like 9? I think it's like it's before the Boulder arc ends. Like,
yeah.
right? It's funny. The episode that just came out is like when the Boulder arc ends. Like, but obviously, like,
It's really like,
when we're recording this is
Yeah.
like before this episode.
like I said, it's on their expedition, but like once they find the book, it's like Hanji back at like their study and kind of just like writing it
Yeah.
down.
And so yeah, let's just kind of go through it. So yeah,
So yeah, basically Hanji wants to get a captured Titan, and it's just like
she acts so recklessly in the scene. Like, okay, my big issue with these OVAs is like these characters are flanderized instantly.
yes,
Like Hanji's thing in season 1 is that she's kind of like a weird, quirky Titan fan. And this, it's like she literally puts her life and many other people's lives just to get near a Titan instantly with like no safety precautions.
But they do get a lot of character at the other half the episode where like it kind of gets that Levi, like, you see what their trope is, but then like they still have their human like soldier like respect, like,
yeah,
personality.
it comes back, and it's funny because we see characters like Petra and Orlu or whatever
Before they get
Olu,
brutally murdered.
by Annie.
Yes.
Specifically by Titan Annie. So yeah, we have a funny scene where
they kind of
Hanji like strangles Orlu by accident. No,
Sure.
actually, wait, no. At first, it's intentional
Yes.
because he's like being a meanie and he calls her a bitch.
Sure.
It's according to the fan
Yeah,
subs.
fan subs. These are fucking fan subs. A lot more curse words and a lot more assuming Hanji's a female.
True, using the bitch word to Hani. Hanji.
Hanji.
Hani. So yeah, basically, like, Hanji finds this weird blonde Titan who is
Weird proportions.
he's like a short, he's a short king, let's call him. Like, he's a manlet, if you will. I think the term is manlet. He's very buff and very small.
Sure. Yes, it kind of, but yeah, so that happened. They chase him around. Levi's squad chases it around. Some people almost die, but Levi shows up and kills the Titan essentially. But but while that, like right before Levi kills it, it's like banging its head on this tree.
Yes,
which is weird because it stopped caring about the humans essentially.
Yeah, it like, so this is like, I know they talk about this Titan being abnormal. And, like, okay, abnormal Titans behave weirdly, but in this scene, this Titan, like, literally could have killed Hanji, turns around, and runs away to, like, another area, seemingly, like, for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then, yeah, but they kill it. You know, they said some people almost die, but Levi shows up and wins, lol. And then,
so the big reveal is
they find a body in the tree with the notebook on the bottom of the tree.
So the tree that the Titan was bashing its head against has a headless corpse in it
of a scout.
A scout, yeah,
from the 34th expedition. I think they said it was.
I do not remember.
I believe they said 34th.
My notes are not that detailed. I just wrote like funny things like Hanji is flanderized, Titan acting weird. So there is a scene where, like, Levi is, like, mean to Hanji, and he's like, yo, you almost killed our fucking squad.
But look at this shit. There's a headless body, a year old at least, and there's a journal. And let me just read this journal out loud. Like, what the fuck?
So this is, like, crazy. This is actually, like, an insane, as you mentioned earlier, insane that is not mentioned in season 1.
I said, like, this is something I probably shouldn't be seeing right now.
Sam said that several times. Like, he's like, this feels like spoilers.
It really did. Like,
I'm honestly in agreement with you. This feels like a pretty insane reveal. So we basically, like, long story short, they read through this journal. This journal is of a scout named Ilsa Galgar.
Yeah, but Ilsa got like
Ilsa Lagnar.
Basically, her entire squad got wiped down, like 3D gear gone, and basically just on the run, trying to stay hidden essentially from a Titan until she winds up at the spot where the tree where we see her, and
she gets blindsided by a Titan.
Okay, also she runs while writing all the time, and while the Titan's like in her face, which is like insane. Just
absolutely
how she got
hysterical.
caught.
Absolutely hysterical.
But yeah, it gets to her face, she gets to write it, and then the Titan speaks to her.
So he says the words, so I wrote this down. He said, Ymir's people. So he's speaking Japanese, or she understands it.
Speaking language.
Speaking common. Yeah, speaking common, if you will. He says, Ymir's people, and then he says, Ymir-sama.
Does it mean, like, the Ymir species? Does it mean, like, Ymir's, like, tribe, I guess? Because, like, there are people, like, just tribes that live out there, like Sasha's, like, our hunters and everything, and like the farmers. That's interesting. And then she tries to interrogate it, and then until it's like, why do you eat people, kind of thing, and then it kind of just grabs her, puts her head in his mouth while she's still writing this and like talking about the pain.
She's literally like, it has my head in its teeth and it's biting to. It's hilarious.
And then cuts off and gets her head smashed. But then like he doesn't eat the entire thing. He puts the body back in the tree and like seems like cries. Like ripping off his face like an eye apart, trying to hold back against the murderer.
Yeah. He's self-mutilating himself.
Yeah, trying to hold back against the murder urge.
So yeah, and then obviously the Titan's dead. Hanji was sad at first, but after like coming to her senses, she's like, okay, it's okay that we killed the Titan, even though we're not going to learn this info. Like
we learned some very important things though, which is I think why like, when she does eventually capture 2 Titans, because like this kind of seems like the motivation of why they wanted to encourage them to capture them, especially during the walls. And basically, like, why she wanted to, like, try to talk to them? Or is it 2 of them they captured? Because, like, remember, she tried to communicate with them, like, try to get to know them and everything.
Yeah. And they did say, in season 1, they did say that she did have some Titans before.
Yeah.
But they had killed them. Like, through the experimentation, they had killed them.
Yeah, I guess to learn about, like, the biology and everything.
Yeah, and she was upset by that. So, because her whole motivation in the beginning, I didn't really clearly mention, was that she's going out to capture Titan. And, like, Erwin says no. Like, Erwin does not want her to spend the resources. And honestly, like, they have no way of transporting it.
Yeah. Like I said, they
really
literally had to smuggle it to, like, a fucking base in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I don't know how they guided it when they had to, like, mostly nail it to, like, a fucking the ground to, like, do anything with them.
Yeah, you'd need, like, a big wagon, basically. I don't know.
But, yeah, and then it's just crazy. It doesn't feel like...
It feels like a humongous fucking drop.
Also,
one thing I want to mention. So, Ymir is a character that we've seen in season 1.
Yeah.
The Ilsa, this character kind of resembles... I would say it's not out of... She has freckles and she has a darker skin tone.
Yeah, she freckles like Ymir, at least, most of it.
So, I mean... I think a question would be like, are we supposed to be thinking of the character Ymir? Or are we supposed to think of like Ymir, the mythological?
We were talking about like Ymir's like hardly anything, like hardly a character inside the first season.
She doesn't even show up in these other OVAs.
Like, she doesn't appear that much in the show. Like it took forever for her to actually get like a name drop, and like she had her name drop like once, and like everybody was like, introducing the training arc, and then like never spoken about again. But I don't know if anybody would remember her name at that point.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, actually, I want to talk about it a little bit more as we get further on, but one of my complaints about Attack on Titan initially is, like, we have them in training for, like, literally one episode, then we jump, like, literally 2 years later, 2 or 3 years later of training, and then they're, like, in the big action scene. This is where Eren learns he's a Titan.
The story basically
happens. So, initially, I'm kind of like, oh, it's weird that we don't get more time with, like, these important characters like Reiner and Krista.
All these OVAs are like before Jean's character arc, so it's weird like watching things to come out at the end of the season when like all this character like progression is gone for the most part.
Yeah, and I think it's like I kind of think it's okay to skip these. Like I think like I would have liked more time of them in training, but I think ultimately like what they did is fine. Like the way the series progresses is fine.
Yeah.
I do want to move on. That's a good transition.
All right, well, let's just finish it with like we could do nice moments with like Haji going to the parents of what's the journal person?
Ilsa Magnar. Wait.
Well, he goes to her parents' house and basically gives them her uniform and you know like very similar to what Levi did when they came back to an expedition of like letting the family know.
Yeah, it's like it's just one of those little nice attentions to detail.
These aren't complete like killing machines or like you know Inhumans. They're not Mikasa.
If anything, the one thing in this arc that I kind of like is Hanji having an arc.
Yes.
Like she has a sort of like realization that human life is more important than like her Titan obsession.
Literally like, apologizes for like putting like her teammates putting their life on the line. Yep.
Yeah.
And then strangles him, and that's it.
Yeah, she does strangle him again by accident. Hilarious bookends.
Strangle Olu.
Strangle people.
Strangle Olu. But yeah, and then we get to the actual like filler.
So that one was called Ilsa's Notebook. This one is called. Okay, when I read this title,
it's just like funny that when you think it's just like filler, like from like other you know shows that you've like watched growing up, and just like comparing it to like these 3 episodes were like one's like very heavily important, and the other 2 are just like these are just like funny shit that just happens.
They are just like funny fucking filler shit.
Like any emotion is like they had like where Dragon Ball Z had like Garlic Jr. as a serious like filler arc, and then you get Goku and Piccolo driving cars. It's like going for like right away, like right after that. Like it's weird.
Let's hold on 1 second. Hold on.
What's wrong?
I want to make sure your audio. Okay, so OVA number 2.
The cooking one.
It's called The Sudden Visitor, The Torturous Curse of Youth.
AKA Gene just not nice to his mom.
Gene has mommy issues. The arc.
His mom walked in with drawing his hentai, and he got very upset.
Okay, before we talk about this one like specifically, I just want to say I don't like this. This is like the exact tone that I never want to see in Attack on Titan.
Really
like,
weird.
It's like what I said about the last one, where like everyone felt like instantly Flanderized.
Yes.
This one, it's like instantly. And it's weird too because this is before Jean's character arc. So it's like
these next two are just before Jean's character arc, or like the last one seems to repeat Jean's character arc from at least one of his character arcs.
it's very strange.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about this first scene. So Jean is in his room.
Yes.
Is he drawing Mikasa?
It looks like Mikasa, but like it's supposed to seem like take place before he goes to training, because like literally says, "I'm just gonna go join the military police," but because there's like a training, so this is probably before. I don't think he's met Mikasa.
Yeah, I'm a little unsure. It has to be. It has
like
to be
her.
Before, right? But it doesn't. He literally would never have met her.
Because then it just jumps like ahead to them just like talk, and then and then leading to him and Sasha like, complaining about food and shit.
Yeah, it's like
There's also a weird like quest for kill a boar in the background as well.
it has a weird Chekhov's gun where like they have and like the first few minutes they have a scene where like random civilians are like, oh, there's a big boar out there. The boar's been a big nuisance. Someone's got to go take it down.
Konosuba quest of just having like the fucking poster on the wall.
Yeah, literally like drawn picture of this boar. Like, oh, we have to hunt the boar. So yeah, we're after training.
Yes.
So they have this little scene in the beginning that might be before he goes, but we're given, it's kind of just supposed to serve as like, Jean is still on he wants to still be military police. He hasn't had his character development yet.
Yes.
Also, Marco is still alive.
Yeah, well, he's both halves.
Yeah, so this is like, I think it's supposed to be like right before they have their little Trost adventure.
This one also, okay, yeah, but basically, like, skip all the filler crap. It's just like...
All right, episode over.
Yeah, those are the filler crap. It's just like, we're going to have a food battle because Pixis is here also meeting all the young recruits.
Yes, so Pixis, this is almost a continuity error.
But also, like, because like, the only thing important is that he meets Eren, and, like, Eren and we'll get to Mikasa later on, but they're just doing random shit, like moving boxes around, like, they're not even supposed to be in this at all.
Yeah, it's almost played for a joke that, like, Eren has no point in this story. It's literally, like, for some reason, it just becomes Jean and Sasha are
It's Jean's
fighting.
team and Sasha's team, where it's Jean, Armin, and Annie against Sasha, Connie, and is it Reiner, I think?
Was it Reiner? Oh, it was Reiner, yeah.
Which they also may spoil something with him. Definitely.
So, okay.
Like, no shit. It was, like, so, like, on the nose.
It was very fucking funny. So, okay. They have this whole thing where the setup is that they're like doing a training exercise in the city. So they're like attacking like fake Titan targets in the city, which is kind of neat.
They're doing a tutorial.
Because it makes sense.
They're doing a tutorial mission.
It literally, like, it makes sense in hindsight that they would do this, but like I guess it would make sense for them to need to train within a wall, because like the Titans did technically 5 years ago, whatever, the Titans invaded, whatever. But so that's kind of neat. But Pixis is there for no reason, and he's drunk. Haha. That's his character. Haha. He drinks the alcohol. And then so Pixis says, "All right, stop fighting, Jean and Sasha. Your fate will be determined by a food battle. Go make me 2 delicious dishes, and then we will fight out with food.
Our world's limited resources." And then they both go hunt the legendary boar.
Yes, boar.
The colossal boar.
Yeah, they literally, Sasha makes a joke where she says, the boar is colossal class. And Reiner's there.
And Reiner's like, ha ha ha, sweats nervously, like, ha ha, get it.
So...
There's some hijinks, like
what else?
They fight to kill the boar. Annie does it because she has a bow and arrow, and she shoots it in the head once and kills it.
You mean Sasha?
Sasha. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Annie just sits around doing nothing, like every other character.
Jean's mom comes in like after, because he's like pissed he didn't get the boar, and like his mom comes in like gets him like food and everything. And everybody's like, okay. Like,
Jean has a gamer moment against his mom.
He's really angry at his mom, and like I was like, you should be nice to your mom, man. Like she seems like a nice lady. He's like, no. And this like everybody's like Mikasa like our moms are dead, man. Just fucking love your fucking parent, please.
They never say that, but like they definitely give him a look that's like chill.
Like and Armin's on this team who also has no mom from dying from like being sent on an expedition to her
literally.
Death. But yeah, that basically happens, and then
okay. This is the big scene. So then they have a cooking montage. Sorry, I'm forgetting. The omu rice.
Okay, first, Sasha's basically hell-bent on making the rice. Armin breaks both his ankles on the stairs, because remember, Jean was going to...
so Jean wanted to go steal... So Jean didn't get the boar, because Sasha killed the boar. That means, I guess, she gets the whole fucking massive colossal boar. So Jean's whole thing is, I'm gonna go, like, steal some meat from the officers' quarters. Then Armin is like, I'm gonna tell on you,
and breaks both his ankles.
Literally breaks both his legs. Annie's there.
And he's just there to like say,
I'm shipping it. I'm shipping these characters.
Yeah, I mean, they seem as a very obvious ship in these like OVAs especially.
So yeah, and then like Gene goes down, but then like so he goes down to the officers' like quarters for no reason, because he just gets one of the officers just brings him his mom's like dinner.
But yeah, Easy Cosplay Me comes in there and like gives him an omurice essentially, and be like, I got an idea, and then makes omurice.
It's literally not even just omurice. It is a bento.
Yes.
Not Armin. Gene's mom literally gives him a fucking bento box. This is one of the most like random Japanese references.
And then he has flashbacks of like his mother taking care of him and him taking care of his mother while he had baby fat on his chin.
Little baby Gene was cute. I liked baby Gene.
Little fat Gene. And then then the cooking contest happens. We see.
Okay, what do we see? What do we see during the cooking montage, Sam?
We see Mikasa's fucking ripped abs in her shadow boxing. Her abs are like insanely detailed.
It is like the most transparent fan service that I've ever in this franchise for sure. Like there's nothing else.
If I was actually like a fan of Mikasa, I'd be like, damn, she's fucking ripped. That's awesome.
If it was Annie, I would have been howling. I would have been hooting. I would have been pointing at the screen, pogging probably. But they just are sexualizing Mikasa so much.
If it was Ymir and Krista like shadow boxing completely ripped, I'd be down. But.
So, yeah, honestly, it's absolutely hysterical that they literally do this Mikasa fan service for no reason.
Really, like, what the fuck is this have to do with anything? And then, so basically, Gene's cooking, Sasha's cooking, everybody's in casual gear, which is the best part.
Honestly, literally, my favorite part of this is Sasha has like I don't know what to describe it. So she's wearing a dress, but under the dress, she's wearing one of those like pirate. So it's like one of those like blousey shirts that's like floofy.
It looks like
but it's like below her shoulders, so she's exposing her shoulders. Yeah, it's very cute,
medieval kind of looking to it.
They all look really medieval.
Yeah, and also like Annie's hoodie with like the like this.
She has like one of those like medieval kind of like tunic-y things with like the strings on it.
One thing, a lot of the designs are off in these OVAs.
Oh yes. So they do have the big Sakuga moments, like. So yeah, there's like a scene in a little bit where Pixis like
literally comes.
He has a food cum.
Yeah.
And that's really well animated. But
a Food Wars-esque food cum. A
lot of the characters are like excessively off model.
Yeah.
Like early on, like Sam pointed out, like Sasha's hair is like always messed up.
It's not right.
It's not shaped properly.
There's some really funny like JoJo anime of background characters just not having characters in the background just not being drawn right.
Yeah, characters' faces will just be extremely simplified.
In the third OVA, there's a scene where just guns are pointed at everybody who's awakening, but just Armin's eyes they're completely closed and there's a gun pointed at his head.
Very funny, very very funny.
But yeah, it looks like here just look off in these.
Yeah, so
other than fucking Mikasa's abs.
Where they really put the animation budget towards.
Yeah, so yeah, basically you have this Food Wars come with the meat.
Sasha just serves basically a pork chop. She just serves a
bone-in pork chop.
Yeah, bone-in pork chop. So I'm assuming a rib or whatever this pork or this boar, this wild boar. So. Okay, so the way that she serves nothing else. It's literally just a slab of meat.
Yes.
The way that Pixis describes it, he mentions a pungentness, which honestly, have you ever heard of this? There's a thing that can happen, especially with male pigs and boar, is it's kind of like a gross taste can get in the meat. There's a name for it. It's like I don't know. One time we had pork chops that smelled and tasted gross, because it's something about the musk basically of the pig.
Yeah.
So I think he's describing how the musk is tasty here, which is weird, and he says pairs well with the wine, whatever. He has a big moment where he starts flying around, and then he kills titans and then transforms into a titan, and then we have a scene where all of our main characters,
our side characters,
it's Connie, Sasha, Gene, and Annie, they all they do the Aaron bite their wrist thing, and in this little dream sequence they all turn into different titans, and Annie is there but with wings.
It's a weird Evangelion moment.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out very strange detail, Annie with wings. I don't know, it was very strange. I wonder why they did this.
Good question.
Because the other ones just look like normal titans. But whatever.
This is just what Pixis thinks they would transform into.
Yeah. So hilarious. So then, yeah, Gene is like, "Oh, I remember when my mommy made me a omu rice. So even though I live in ostensibly like German culture, I'm gonna make an omu rice for my mommy."
or yeah, just be like, "Oh, the nice home cooked meal. You win, Gene." And then
Yeah,
Gene wins.
Gene wins because cooking is better than cooking. I guess it's okay. The home cooking. They literally use a line like, "Gene made a home cooked meal." What did Sasha make?
She forgot that. She said she forgot the carrots and the potatoes. She forgot about the sides that go.
That's true. I
the
guess she did,
top.
but like her meal was home cooked. It wasn't like she didn't steal it. She didn't. She's not like a professional chef or anything.
It just doesn't beat the taste of an omelet at nighttime in the morning.
early morning.
And then yeah, that's basically
That was fucking it. That was literally yeah. Jean wins. Sasha's cute. And then there's a scene where Sasha meets Pixis, and Pixis is like, "Do you know why you lost?" She's like, "No." He's like, "What exactly is meat? Meat is meat." And then she says, "Oh no, I forgot the meat.
You forgot the sides.
Oh, the sides."
She forgot the potatoes and the carrots.
I hate this. This is bad and flanderizing. This instantly flanderizes characters.
We're spoiled by restaurant with our food, our food porn.
It's true.
And this show had the failed comparison to Restaurant to Another World.
It's true. Even though it predates it.
It predates it, but it's a failed comparison. I mean, the first season of that show probably came out like a few years later. I'm not sure exactly what year this came out. Like a year, maybe.
This would have been like 2014
during that hiatus
or 15.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently one thing I don't think we mentioned, these OVAs were sold alongside like volumes like 16 through 19 or something. Like I guess you bought the volume and then you got this little OVA, which is interesting because there was a noticeable hiatus between seasons. So I wonder if these were kind of like little tie-overs. I think they all came out in 2015 though. I don't know.
Probably.
I could easily look this up.
I mean, yeah, you're going to Attack on Titan to read like anime food stuff and like not going for like Food Wars or something like that. You're in the wrong boat.
True. All right. Moving on. Actually, wait, I don't want to move on yet. So, also, there is the existence, we haven't acknowledged this yet, but there is a, like, chibi Attack on Titan side series.
We're not talking about the middle school, like the
middle school
one.
series.
We're not going to talk about that.
I don't want to, but I want to briefly mention it right now.
I'd rather just talk about the live action movies.
We will. Certainly we will. But I'm really, like, upset at the idea of, like, more of this type of content, but just like in the high school setting. That's what I'm expecting.
When you run out of idea, or if you want to like expand your show and like you have no ideas, you go to the chibi like that is
the Ruby Chibi.
Naruto has stuff like this.
Oh, did they?
It has a Rock Lee like sideshow of this kind of style, that kind of style.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I know they have one. A lot of shows have that shit. Even all the fucking isekai quartet.
That's true. Isekai quartet's like one of the more.
But that's carried by the Konosuba cast, though. So look.
That's true. All right. But yeah, I just think to me it's like upsetting the idea that like, oh, there's more of this, but as its own spin-off sideshow. I don't know, listeners out there, all 12 of you, do you want us to cover the Attack on Titan junior high show? I don't know if I really want to. Maybe it's funny. There can't be more than a season of it, right? Are you looking it up? Are you looking something else up?
I'm gonna try to see if I'm trying to see like a list of like chibi shows of existing anime.
Oh,
but like, I've seen. I'm pretty sure there might be a ReZero one too. I think there's a ReZero.
It would be insane if there's a ReZero one as well as the Isekai Quartet show.
Bungo Stray Dogs has one. Bungo. I don't.
Isn't it?
Hitalia has one.
Is it Bungo? Wait, what is it?
Bungo.
Bungo Stray Dogs?
Bungo.
Oh. Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh, best chibi anime spin-offs by honeysanime.com. And there's a Naruto one I talked about.
Okay.
Mini Toji from Katana Maidens.
I literally don't know.
I don't know.
Wait, is that the show where all the girls are swords? Okay, random side fact about my life. Not really my life, but one time I was watching Jeopardy, and one of the women on Jeopardy, because in Jeopardy you get to talk about yourself for like 2 minutes, not even like 30 seconds. She mentions that she's a big fan of a series where all the men are swords.
Okay.
So she literally brings up her fucking weird Fujoshi anime.
Haruhi has one.
Really?
Apparently.
I didn't know that.
Apparently.
It doesn't surprise me, but I didn't know that.
Attack on Titan Junior High.
Of course.
Where their swords are like weird. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Aren't they brooms? Aren't the swords like brooms?
Some have brooms. Some maybe like the dustpans. But and then Isekai Quartet's number one.
Of course, the classic series Isekai Quartet that we all are humongous fans of.
Hey,
Certainly don't hate it.
just watch it for the Konosuba cast.
All right, I think it's time to move on to our third and final OVA of the night, Attack on Titan, Distress. So the title and the first scene of this make me think that this is going to be important, that this is going to have character development, maybe stakes even.
So this is a really weird one.
I'm wrong.
This is more about just like, what is this fucking world?
Honestly, okay, so if the first one is like, this one is kind of in the middle ground of like, it's not nearly as important as the first OVA, and it's not nearly as wacky as the second one, but it's supposed to kind of be like almost, think of it as like a deleted scene. This is like a thing that we didn't, an episode we didn't see between the training arc and like the Battle of Trost.
Yes. This is just like the show. Remember that? Like, remember when Mikasa almost got sold into like fucking human trafficking? It's still there.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of play with this theme a little bit.
It does this thing where like it did a flash forward to show Krista being held at like knife point too. So like there's no like how they like just show the episode and just like this is where we're gonna end up at, everybody.
Yeah, and I really hate that.
I literally like kind of called how this ended too. Pretty much so because there's two squads. There's the one with every other side character, and then the two most OP characters of Annie and Mikasa, who could no problem murdering anyone.
But we have to like intentionally put them away. Like Annie and Mikasa need to be far away from the danger because they would immediately resolve the tension.
It's literally just like, again, Eren and Jean butting heads coming together, where Jean kind of leads the way to save the day from the weird KKK child or teen. Like, okay, there's a weird thing about this. There's like, because like we saw from Mikasa stuff where they were just kidnapping like child of civilians and everything, where they are retroactively messing with the military, like the recruits, and stealing their actual recruits and stealing their equipment, which is like the biggest probably crime you could probably do with a limited resource world.
So okay, there's a few things I want to say with what you just said. So like the whole thing with Mikasa, the human trafficking from like Mikasa's backstory, they specifically wanted Mikasa's mom because she is Japanese.
Pure Japanese.
I'm saying Japanese in air quotes because
it's not. Yeah,
I think they use the word Oriental.
Yes.
Which in the dub, which I mean, like, that's like a whole thing. But
she's pure blood.
She's supposed. Yeah, they literally say like, okay, well, Mikasa is like half. Let's say white. She's half white, half Japanese. Whereas her mom was not. Her mom was full blood. So, but they killed the mom. So Mikasa was like this, whatever, consolation prize. With this, these guys are literally just like weapons.
They only
smuggling.
They only take Krista. I guess they just want the Aryan. I guess it's their KKK members. It makes sense. God. I guess it makes sense. It heads up. They're fucking racist.
Yeah, they do have weird. They do fucking wear the weird hoods for like a minute.
Yeah, the Django KKK.
It does look a lot like the Django hoods. I don't like this very much.
I don't like it either.
It's very much just like, literally, as we said before in the last one, it's pre-Jean character arc, so we just have to deal with Jean being a shithead.
It's just Jean's character arc again of just becoming a better leader.
It kind of feels like it's supposed to be priming us for his arc.
Yeah.
But we've already seen his arc.
This is literally just like...
Because this technically should be watched after season 1.
This is Jean arc's light of like, he doesn't completely learn his lesson, but he simply kind of goes through the same thing. They do a convoluted plan that is not a great plan.
Yeah. I really don't want to talk much about this, frankly. I kind of want to just speed on this discussion.
Like I said, like they literally pop a flare and just get Mikasa and Annie to come in and like literally almost murder both the guys that are left.
Yeah. I do want to say weird things about this. The setting is strange. It feels like a Western.
It's a weird desert where like I guess it exists.
So the area they train in is kind of is rocky, but this looks like a straight up desert. Like
they train in a wasteland. I guess it's just a desert. I guess it's what they have, but it just like kind of throws like the whole like area landscape of just like it's like, okay, there's gonna be a snow zone. There's a desert zone. Like it's like a weird just like map that needs to have everything. There's gonna be a volcano zone.
Yeah, they just have a zone for like everything. Yeah. That'd be really funny.
It's weird.
All right, so I just wrote a few things down. The lizard is funny. Like, so there's a part where the lizard where Sasha mentions, so we know that Sasha's a hunter.
Yes.
She mentions, oh yeah, my people kill and eat those things all the time.
And all right, and they're like, and like, okay, Jean's like, okay, we'll have a fun thing. We'll kill it on the way, and just like, and like, she's like, oh yeah, I'll cook it for you guys, and just like, okay, and then like, no, you got to keep on doing the mission, and just like, I was like, they could have fed the entire fucking troop. while we're camping right now.
It's like Aaron is only here to just be like a dick for
Yeah.
no reason. Like Jean would have just killed it. Like Jean would have just killed it, and like they could have had their food or whatever.
Because what's Aaron's character in this time is just being like the straight-laced military guy who wants to do everything like by the books, and everybody's like, he's like, write that down. No, don't write that down, because they have to write down everything they do.
Oh yeah, Armin is the record keeper, but he doesn't record like most of it, hilariously, because yeah, Marco's here. Marco is the squad leader, but he almost does nothing.
And squad leader Thomas, whoever fucking Thomas is.
Thomas, a non-character.
Sure.
He looks like Reiner, but with burns, with sideburns.
Yeah. And without the Colossal Titan face.
There's a funny part where Gene eats a calorie mate. He just fucking eats an actual looking. Have you seen what calorie mate looks like?
It just looks like a fucking s'more without it looks like a wafer, I guess.
It's like a big cracker. It looks like a big cookie, like a big biscuit.
And it looks like a giant graham cracker, but
yeah, that's what it is. Literally just like how calorie mate looks.
Yeah.
From the Metal Gear series, I've learned.
Fuck. You mean, or just in real life?
So yeah, Krista has like a moment where she's like alone, and she's like, I can't relate to them because they're all angry. Aaron and Jean are so they're mean to each other.
Where are you to hold me up?
Ymir's absence is felt in this arc. It is
because like no one's listening to her. Like Ymir probably would have listened to her and just been like, "Yo, listen up to my main bitch right here."
Yeah, if Ymir had been in this, Krista would not been captured, because Ymir's entire character is standing as close to Krista as possible.
Also, the hilarious like Aaron trying to fight back against the kidnappers just to get like Jean gets shot in the face and like would have had a scar. Oh my god,
that part. Okay, so yeah, they are all held at gunpoint, and Aaron for some reason fights the guy. And
Aaron's there's like everybody fight back. Everybody like there's guns.
They wait. They hesitate for long enough for them all to have been killed by the guns.
If they got all of them to fight, like to shoot their, everybody's gonna assume to have one bullet in them. But
yeah, they're. I guess they're like one shot ones, right?
I would assume they're single fired guns because these guns like don't seem to have that.
Yeah, because the
one guy in the truck is shooting one shot and switches to another gun and shoots the other one.
Yeah, because it's like revolutionary kind of.
That's how their tech is.
Yeah, it's not. It's like pretty. Their guns in particular are like really flintlocks,
kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that's basically just like Jean gets shot in the face, but should leave a scar. Where Mikasa got like slashed by a piece of debris, which gave her a scar.
It gave her a noticeable scar. So yeah, it just basically becomes like they do like a wagon chase. It just kind of feels like they wanted to do a Western.
I felt more stuff got spoiled for me in these OVAs than like any enjoyment I got.
What else was spoiled?
I mean, the weird Colossal Titan thing felt spoiled. The whole Titan, the normal Jobber Titans seem to be intelligent now.
The first one definitely. I can feel why you think
I feel like that is like this revelation. Like oh, you're maybe not supposed to believe it because this is just a journal entry, but like. Why would they?
The fact that we see, like, okay, if that had been like done, okay, do you remember at the end of season 1, the last episode, there is like
Titan thing?
No, there's a whole thing with like when they do the credit or the mid episode break, there's like a long story that's like, if they had presented this journal as a story like that, like an urban legend, that would have been interesting.
And especially since like,
but no, we just see the character do this.
This is probably why Annie killed them.
Honestly, it kind of adds a little more credence because that's like for me the big mystery. It's like, why did Annie decide to kill those Titans in season 1?
Like I said, this episode felt way more important than like anything we've got. Like this is more important than her, like Ray said, rambling on to Aaron about nothing about Titans.
Yeah, it's hilarious too because I've never seen these episodes before today.
Because like, and plus you wouldn't believe it if you didn't find the body like just in there with like him banging his head on it.
Yeah.
Like, there's proof there.
It definitely raises some questions. Yeah. It's
not like they killed a Titan before it went to the tree, or like on its way back to the tree, and then just noticed the body in there.
So okay, knowing what you know now with this episode, what do you think the Titans are? Like, do you have any idea? Because a big thing in season 1 is the mystery of the Titans.
They seem to be like people, like just normal people from like the walls, at least because it was the Ymir. I don't know much about Ymir yet. She's not a character, like a real full character.
Ymir is barely a character.
Yeah. So like I'm assuming like they're just experimented on by evil doctors, including or maybe Aaron's dad or people related to Aaron's dad,
including but not limited to Aaron's dad,
the League of Evil Dads, and like it just feels like they
which also includes what, Annie's dad too.
I guess so,
because you said
Annie's dad.
I think you said that before.
Annie's dad seems sus, yeah. But Reiner's definitely the Colossal Titan. They are not holding back. They probably had definite confirmation at that point from.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So I don't know when exactly these came out, but when season 1 came out, there really wasn't much manga like past it.
Yeah.
So that's why there was this big gap. Is because season 2 really had the content just wasn't there
They
yet.
blew their load. But which a lot of animes tend to do. That's why.
But it's really interesting. I mean, obviously we haven't gotten there, but it's interesting because when season 4 part 1 was made, all of that was already, all the manga was already out for that.
Yeah.
Like,
It just
I think
it's just weird just to have that big thing in an OVA. It's just like
I agree. I certainly agree. I'm
that catch you off like
one of the things that
that catch you off guard.
I had heard. So I remember hearing someone talk about this before. So I knew that there was like kind of a weird Titan thing in this
Big Titan lore thing.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting it to be like this
Up front.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I honestly I'm just very surprised that they did something like this in an OVA.
Yeah.
It feels like non-canonical with the way that Hanji doesn't make reference to it in season 1.
It seems way too important.
Yeah, since most of this takes place before season 1.
Like the only Titan to really show
vice versa.
intelligence for the most part.
Yeah,
And,
so
like, why? Like it's just how like because like I guess it's supposed to be more of my impression, but like because like they did experiments to try to get these people to become, I guess the hybrid Titans, I guess.
so the people that can transform.
Yeah, and like they tried it like maybe on like adults or something like that, and like it didn't work. So it only works on children, like you know, like Evangelion. The cockpit's too big for a grown up.
One thing I do want to say. So this is, from my knowledge, never used in the series, but this term is like a fan term, I guess. Kind of think of like Gappy, how Gappy's not used.
Yeah.
So the term Titan Shifter
Okay.
is used. I don't know if we want to start saying. I've never liked it. I always thought it's kind of weird. Like Aaron and Annie are Titan Shifters.
I would say like this is the name Titans essentially.
Yeah, I think name Titans literally makes more sense.
Or even like the hybrids
because
make sense.
Yeah, they have names like Aaron's Titan, like female Titan,
The
armor Titan, like
yeah, the elf Titan.
elf Titan.
But yeah, it's just weird.
It is really weird.
I feel like I shouldn't have watched that first one.
Really, it's so funny that you say that because like it literally came out before season 2.
I
like,
know.
It's just so. It's really funny. Like, yeah, I guess all we can do is press onwards.
Yeah, I can see episode 1 of season 2, called Beast Titan.
It is. So moving on, we are gonna tackle season 2 next. I'm so excited.
Yes, finally.
I've been hyped.
Finally, new content for me.
Season 2. Well, I mean, you didn't see these before. These are technically new.
Yeah, but they're also filler mostly.
True. Oh, I'm so excited. Season 2 has so many fucking awesome moments. It's really like, I think it's where the series really kind of comes into like what it becomes. Like the first season feels really weird, like really not weird, but it feels like it's its own thing. And season 2 feels like they kind of figure out how they start to do pacing more, and they focus on characters better, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give you like a whole episode where Mikasa has a character development, then it just goes away forever.
Her training more.
Doing more sit-ups.
Polishing her abs. Oiling her abs up.
They did not need to have Mikasa in like a sports bra doing sit-ups, but they
girl
did.
Mikasa?
I want to love Mikasa, but she is the worst girl.
Especially in season 1, I did not like...
I like all the girls better than her.
Yes.
Even like Mina, like the rando, like nobodies.
I'll take Ymir lifting up Krista as like the best.
I'm just so salty that Mikasa's character arc just stops in like episode 4, and they just literally shit on it.
Aaron ruins her character. Her character arc.
If only Aaron had stayed dead. I wonder how different the series.
We'll see what happens when Aaron snaps. I know when he goes crazy.
When he starts hating his waifu.
He hates sand.
If Aaron fucked Mikasa once, like her whole outlook would change. Like she would be totally fine. Like she would be like, "Oh, I don't like this guy. He's kind of a wimp. He's kind of a loser."
All she needs is some dick.
Literally, like she would just learn like
what no dick does. I think I made that thing. What no dick does to a woman. Like Annie.
Murders adults.
I thought that was Annie to Army. But like, yeah.
All right, I think we should end it there.
My leg went numb from like furiously like crossing my legs.
out of an analysis and judgment.
Yes.
All right, next time you meet us, we'll be freaking Titan deep into season 2.
Yes. While you're waiting for that, you can like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. You can follow the podcast on Twitter and me and Jim separately as well. It's just fun stuff you listen to while you're waiting for JoJo lands.
It's true. I wonder if by the time this comes out, we'll have an announcement.
I know a lot of people are saying January, so
I don't know. We'll see. That'll what be like the 1 year anniversary of Chainsaw Man?
yeah, we'll have the 1 year. Yeah, Chainsaw Man will have Part 6 anime ongoing.
No, I meant like the 1 year anniversary of Chainsaw Man ending.
Yeah, pretty much.
Crazy.
I said we'll have the Part 6 anime probably in full effect. We'll have the final season going in full effect.
It's gonna be insane.
Chainsaw Man anime, or at least have the Jujutsu Kaisen movie for more content for this, and then whenever the final season decides to start up for Attack on Titan as well.
Cannot wait.
So we have a lot to go in for the podcast. So lots of stuff to be excited for in the winter.
True. Oh my God, winter's coming, my friends.
Winter is coming. And then I think that's everything for the plugs.
Yeah. All right. Join us next time for season 2. I'm so excited.
Maybe we'll actually talk about Venom too. But no.
Never.
For one filler for filler, Jim. Filler for filler. And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.